Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're squatting while watching this, unless you're on the toilet, in which case, multitasking is impressive if you deal with knee pain during squats, workouts, or just everyday life, like going downstairs or chasing your dog. This video's for you. I'm breaking down 4 of my go-to exercises to help reduce knee pain by boosting mobility, stability, and strength. Basically, the holy trinity of happy joints. But before we jump into squats and glute bridges, let's have a quick heart-to-knee chat. See, knee pain often isn't about your knees throwing a tantrum for no reason. Nope, it usually comes from their upstairs and downstairs neighbors, your hips and ankles, not pulling their weight. Think of the knee as the middle child, stuck between a stiff older sibling, your hip, and an uncoordinated younger one, your ankle. When those two aren't doing their job, your poor knee picks up the slack and ends up screaming for help. When you feel knee pain, it's often a sign of deeper issues: poor movement patterns, tight hips, weak glutes, dodgy ankle mobility, and feet that can't make up their mind. The result? Misalignment, bad tracking, and your knees absorbing stress they were never designed to handle. That's why fixing the root problems, mobilizing those sticky joints, strengthening the hip, squat, and dialing in your footwork is so important. Oh, and learning how to squat properly so your knees don't curse you with every rep. All right, enough chit-chat. Let's dive into what's really causing that cranky knee pain, and more importantly, how to fix it. All right, buckle up or lace up those squat shoes, because we're diving into the top 6 culprits behind your cranky knees. Number 1, movement pattern dysfunction. One of the biggest drivers of knee pain is moving like a confused robot, especially during squats, lunges, jumps, and all those glorious movements that make leg day legendary. If your knees are caving in like they're shy or darting forward, like they're trying to win a race, we've got a problem. This usually means your motor control is taking a nap, and it's your poor knee joints paying the price. Think tendons and ligaments screaming for mercy over time. Number 2, hip mobility and stability issues. If your hips are tighter than your old high school jeans, that's a problem. Tight hip flexors and weak abductors mess with your balance, and your knee ends up being the overworked middle manager, taking the heat when everyone else slacks off. Result? Misalignment, stress, and the kind of pain that makes stairs feel like a mountain. Number 3, ankle mobility restrictions. Here's the deal. If you can't flex your ankle enough to bring your toes toward your shin, your knees are going to do extra shifts they didn't sign up for. That's a one-way ticket to overuse injuries. It's especially common if you wear shoes that feel like bricks or have calves tighter than a drum. Number 4, foot stability and arch control. Think your feet don't matter? Think again. If your arch collapses like a soggy cardboard box, everything above it takes the hit. Tibia rotates in, knees wobble inward, and boom. Hello patellofemoral pain and IT band drama. Strengthening your foot is like upgrading your foundation. You need it for everything else to work right. Number 5, quad dominance and muscle imbalances. A lot of people live in the front half of their legs, quads doing all the work, glutes and hammies on permanent vacation. This pulls your kneecap out of alignment and causes pain where you don't want it. Time to wake up those sleepy posterior chain muscles with some Romanian deadlifts and glute bridges. Balance is the name of the game. Number 6, improper load management. Here's where the overachievers get called out. If you go from Netflix marathons to marathon training with zero ramp up, you're begging for trouble. Overtraining without recovery leads to overuse injuries like tendinitis and stress. Fractures. A smart plan with progressive overload, recovery days, and mobility work keeps your knees happy and you out of the ice bath. And lastly, everyone's knees are unique, kind of like fingerprints or coffee preferences. Factors like your training, background, body structure, past injuries, and sport all play a role. So tailor your training smartly. Now, the exercises I'll share in this video, they're designed to be done 3 to 4 times a week to improve mobility, strength, and joint function. Basically a spa day for your knees, minus the cucumbers. All right, let's jump. Well, ease into it. The first move on deck is the isometric squat hold. Picture this. You're chilling on a bench or a box, one leg planted at a cool 90 degrees, the other leg out front like it's trying to flag down a cab. Your quad is flexed like it's posing for a magazine cover, and everything below the belt is on high. Alert that you're going to hold this spicy position for 30 seconds. What happens next? Your hips firing, your knees waking up, your quads screaming. Hi, remember me? Even your ankle and calf get in on the action. Basically, it's a full lower body party and everyone's invited. I love this as a pre-game warm-up because it tells your knee, hey buddy, time to suit up. This is your joint stabilizing, muscle wakening. Don't skip me or you'll regret it. Warm up. Do 30 seconds per leg, then switch sides, then do it again. Yes, I said again, because we're aiming for a full 60 seconds of glorious discomfort per leg. Trust me, your knees will thank you later. Next up, single leg squats to a box. You're gonna sit back like you're about to hit a really slow motion chair, then just lightly graze it with your butt. Don't plop. This ain't a lazy boy recliner. Stand up nice and controlled. This is where things start getting spicy that you'll notice I'm barefoot. That's not just a fashion statement. I want to fire up those little stabilizer muscles in my feet because, guess what? Your feet talk to your knees. A lot. I'm also making sure my knee is behaving and tracking over my toe. This is a no-wobble zone. Quick tip, do not crash land on the bench. Tap it like it owes you money, then stand back up. We're after time under tension, not time on your tush. This is all about cooking the quads, dialing in hip control, and building that superhero-level knee resilience that you'll feel it in your glutes, your hips, your quads, and possibly your soul. That's how you know it's working. This is a killer primer for the body. My recommendation? Do this every day. It's like brushing your teeth, but for your joints that do 15 reps on one leg, then 15 reps on the other, then loop it again. 2 rounds. Total. That's your single leg squat to a box. And if you're not sweating yet, congrats, you're probably a cyborg. All right, let's move on to exercise number 2, the banded knee rotation, also known as Operation Wrangle That Wobbly Knee. I've got a hefty resistance band tied to a pole, looking like I'm setting a knee trap for myself, and I've got it looped right around the knee joint. Now here's where it gets juicy. I'm letting my knee gently cave inward, yes, on purpose, and then I'm driving it back out against the band. This isn't just knee drama for fun. It's actually helping to strengthen your external rotation, reinforce proper knee alignment, and wake up those tiny but mighty ligaments that keep your knee from turning into jelly. We're talking about the VMO, those spicy inner quads, and that ever so important hip rotation. Focus on twisting through the hip and knee, inside and outside, like you're wringing out a towel made of muscle. The higher the band, the harder the work. So if you've got one that bites back, use it. If not, start where you are and level up over time. On the last rep, I hold that position for 10 seconds, feeling that delicious burn, then drop into a kneeling isometric hold. This is where things get a little spicy. You've got less support now, which means your core has to clock in for overtime, and your knee? Still pushing out against that band like it's resisting peer pressure. Here's the breakdown. Do 15 slow and controlled external rotations. Drop to a kneeling hold for 30 seconds while keeping tension. Switch legs. Do the whole glorious thing again. Yes, 2 rounds of this knee wrangling magic that you're going to feel it. You're going to question your life choices. But your knees? They'll love you for it. Now for the third exercise, the pollen step UPS, aka the don't wobble like a baby deer drill. This one's all about setup, because most people butcher this like it's their first time assembling IKEA furniture. Here's what I've got. 2 weight plates, 1 dumbbell. I place the dumbbell on the plate and use that setup to prop up my heel. We're talking elevated heel status like it's wearing high heels to prom. This positioning is key because we want the heel raised the whole time. As you step down, aim to line up your heel with your top toe like a sniper. Precision is everything. Now just go up and down for high reps while maintaining that Jedi-level balance. The name of the game is fluid movement. Don't jerk, don't shift, and don't lose your balance like it's a Monday morning. We're creating tension the whole time. It's not a bounce, it's not a dance move. It's controlled strength building. Baby. I crank out 25 reps on one leg, switch legs, bang out another 25, then circle back to the first leg again. That's 2 full rounds, and by the end, your knees will be begging for a protein shake and a nap. Pollen step-ups are incredible for bulletproofing your knees and fortifying the little ligaments that hold your life together. Take this seriously, like taxes or Game of Thrones finales, and work it into your daily schedule. And now we've reached the grand finale, the mighty split squat. This move is a leg day legend, fantastic for building knee and leg strength, and for prepping your body for more advanced squatting sorcery. I like to elevate my front foot because it reduces the range of motion just enough to not make me cry, yet still crush your quads. But it's a deep lunge situation, folks. Your mission is to get that front knee past your toe, hamstring hugging your calf like they're best friends. But here's the twist. Don't lead with the knee like it's the star of the show. Think hips first. Drive your hips forward, torso tall, like you're walking into a job interview with perfect posture. Stretch out that back hip like you're trying to convince it to finally chill. Push through your front heel, not your toes, and keep that posterior pelvic tilt, aka no twerking allowed. Your core? Tight. Lower back? Not arched. Mind? Focused. Once you're cruising with good form, feel free to add some weight. Dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, laundry baskets. Whatever's heavy and nearby. You can do these before your lower body sessions, in between other exercises, or even as a fitness snack, because gains are best served frequently. Do these 2 to 3 times per week, and if you stick with it for a month, your knees are going to be writing you thank you notes. Whether your joints are creaky, cranky, or just confused, this move's got your back? Well, your knees, technically.